Sort of brought a bit of stability to that lineup who looked really shaky early on in this season.
Yeah, I mean, with Shigi, it was kind of an issue where some of the CT sides were having issues here, and then weirdly, the transition of having Robin in, and then Shiki being behind him kind of going, fix these issues.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll get into that, but obviously, best of 5, overpass the first map.
Yep.
And I believe they're going through with a knife, and we should be going straight into it right here.
Here we go.
Endpoint with a CT start on overpass, which I'd assume that means they won the knife.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, that is the favoured side on this map.
For sure. So you can see Boast and Kiyoshima both gone for the grenades. 2 smokes, flash, molly, HE. And Boast is going to pre-nade mid by looks things, which shouldn't be an issue towards the CT side.
Yeah, a bit of a B stack coming out for Endpoint, and they are just going to take B short.
Oh,
this could get rough.
Could be very hard. Kyo gets the first kill. He doesn't even have armor, so he's managed to win a firefight there. 1 for 1. Always going to benefit the T side, but Thomas is there. 2v3. Mighty Max is very low though, but Thomas is right there to help him out, and it's just a 1v3. Yep. Kiyoshima, he doesn't have Kevlar, as I mentioned.
Yeah, interestingly enough, he's bought 2 grenades and he hasn't had a chance to use them.
Yeah, the disruption from that CT side pistol right there, and does get that kill through smoke. It's 1v2. Max with no armor. Luzza, not seen a player yet. Kiyoshima has all of it to do. The bomb is down after all. If he were to have landed that shot. To be fair, Max is very low. Could have happened.
Yeah, I mean, he's got ages to work with. Doesn't have to just push through a smoke stupidly.
The issue is 29 HP with no armor. That's potentially 1 shot to the body in this situation against the USPs. And Luzza and Max, they're ready. Face on Luzza's contact. Max did face them, and he has given him the opportunity. Just a 1v1. Luzza pushes forward, gets the kill. And arguably, I would have said smooth if it had stayed, considering it was 3v1, right?
Yeah.
But the way they were giving picks away is a bit shaky.
Yeah, it was one of those awkward situations where you say you're just going to peek on your contact, but Kiyoshima, smartly enough, he's just shoulder peeking, and by the time Max faces, Luzza can't shoot him, and just one of those awkward situations. But no, Luzza held his nerve there. And another pistol round for Endpoint.
Yeah, they did really
playing
strong
Unique before, and they were incredibly strong. 3 out of 4 pistol rounds.
Yeah, I think one of the big things to note, I suppose, would be Kyo starting strong in the finals. He's back on the stage where he wants to be. 3 kills already.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, been here.
Tons of experience.
Not here exactly.
Not here.
No, not quite been in the NEC. Actually, he might have been in the NEC.
He might have been. He has been in the NEC, yeah.
There was a Mad Cats event here years ago, I think.
Cast your minds back.
Yeah, that's 2013, I think. Looks like it's just going to be an 80 contact, though. The Deagles are there to try and get the pick, but they're actually receding all the way back. So Pulse could have an issue here.
Could get a bit
Crucial doesn't have armor, though. But if he tries to open the door, it'll come back on him.
Yeah, it depends how quickly Pulse can react in that situation. But
Flash comes out, and Max does get the kill, but he's been taken so low, and Luz is low as well. It's a really
they've just
shaky defense. At the same time, Crucial was able to get that kill on B short too, so it's 2v2. Cryptix does have head armor, but just the CZ, whereas Crucial, MP9, no armor, but has a flash. And Thomas just comes straight out. He's confident as anything.
Yeah,
before the end, he did say he was ready.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see. You don't want to. I mean, obviously, you want to be sensible in those sorts of situations, but the confidence, that's what you like to see from Thomas.
Definitely. So Cryptix should be able to get a free plant here. But considering they have forced, it's not fantastic. I mean, it's best considering if you do lose the round, a plant is a nice little thing to have.
Sure, but if you're Endpoint, you played that unique game before and you've not converted, what was it, 2 or 3 of those pistol rounds that you won?
Yeah, it was the 2.
So you're just looking for the round win here.
Thing is, it's still winnable for Cryptix.
Absolutely.
He does have head armor, but unfortunately, did he get seen? Surely he's almost fallen on the top. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that just comes to a bit of unlucky timing on Cryptix's part, but no, Thomas really secured the round then.
I'd argue a bit of indecisiveness from Cryptix as well.
Yeah.
He got the plant down, then kind of halfway got to CT and went back a bit. So yeah, you kind of, in those situations, you need to be making that instant play, don't you?
Absolutely. And it looks like someone's dropped down.
It does look like Luzza. Yeah, it does look like Luzza's dropped out the server.
He's gone. Not happy.
There is the pause for that. So obviously,
of course,
going to assume that's a tech issue, right? So 2-0. Endpoint have converted that pistol though.
Finally,
so you mentioned that in the unique first map. And they got both pistols, but were unable to convert. And that was only a 16-13 victory that they got. So the importance of that, especially in a stage game where momentum plays a huge part.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's their pick, Overpass, but Business, they've played this quite a few times. You know, they beat Fnatic Academy on it 16-11.
Yep.
And if Endpoint were to lose this, they're looking at quite a scary situation. We're going straight onto Inferno, which is Business's pick. And then we're going straight back onto Train, which again is Business's pick,
Yeah.
which they've already beaten Endpoint on already in this tournament.
It's worth mentioning as well with the veto process. Some people might find that sounds a bit weird that they've got
Sure.
2 picks in a row. But it's using the A, B, B, A, B, B method, which is the snake veto system. And it's some people are a bit confused. Unique, that the Russian
Yep.
team, they were very confused. They're just like, this is not how, well, they didn't say it, but I imagine they were saying, this is not how it's normally done. So that explains why Inferno and Train will get picked straight after each other for the Russian side, right? Oh, New Business 5 right there.
But we are back straight into it. A couple of MP9s coming in for the CT side here, hoping to farm up some of that cash.
Yeah, Pulse wasn't quite able to make use of his last round due to crucial timing that push through the door at the same time as the A action begun. Well, it does look like they would be playing a bit slower. 4 Deagles, you don't need to rush things. Like, there's no point trying to get close contact with that.
No, you're looking just to split, pick up, find those juicy little headshots for the Deags. See if you can worm your way into the CT defense. Lazar already getting tagged down by one of those Deagles.
Yeah, I believe that was Surreal getting a hit onto Lazar right there. Up the highway sort of area. And I've got to be a bit worried. After that A setup last round, it didn't look too great, did it? I mean, the flash was there from Robin, and they did peek on it, but it just seemed very scrappy.
Yeah, I mean, Mighty Max, someone that's played the A site
Yep.
for what feels like years now.
He is being snuck on by Boaster, though.
This is a
Lazar
dodgy...
is watching his back here, but an MP9 at that range, unless you're very, very competent with the weapon. I think Robin just spotted the player as well. So action's going to be going both sides of the site. Thankfully, Max gets 2 kills before getting dropped. Lazar stays alive, gets that crucial kill. But it's still only a 2v3, and Keo's picked up that UMP. Not too sure how much he can get done with it at that range.
Yeah, it looks like he might even keep the Deagle out there.
Seems to be the throw weapon. Lazar trying his best with the MP9 at range.
Yeah, but it's Thomas getting the eco frags.
Thomas started very strong. 8 kills already on the board.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas is an interesting one, actually, because earlier on in this event, he seemed a bit frustrated. He wasn't getting the stats he wanted, really.
Yeah.
And today, he's been fired up.
Yeah, I mean, it was the first map against Unique, wasn't it? He had about 26 kills, I think.
Yeah.
Tight, 16-13. 26 kills, that's a major impact amount of frags right there. So it does look like they're going to be allowing Max to go for a bit of an aggressive play through that fountain area.
Yeah, it looks like he did get a bit of information, but he's not going to go too aggressive.
Yeah, it does get the info. They use the flash, and it does force the terrorists to kind of think twice, essentially, about actually moving up on that section. So you can see how far back they are right there. I think they've got the
nice
bomber
grenade.
low in there. Yeah, down to 13.
Incredibly low, yeah.
I don't think he's seen a player yet.
Ooh, the boost is
His
coming
nade
in.
won't actually do much, but how long are they going to stay on that boost? Because the longer
Like
they
they
wait,
might have just spotted it, but
they could have held that for a bit longer, but I suppose it is a bit scary. Like, there's a lot of angles. When
it's
you do
definitely a
this.
dodgy boost because you're literally just presenting your head
Yeah,
on a plate.
to an AK. arguably,
Exactly.
isn't
You,
it?
you see it sort of fail quite a lot, but pretty slow round coming in from Business 5.
And that's
And then,
2 kills
yeah,
instantly.
just right across the map. Endpoint falling like flies.
So that actually was a kill from Keo outside B through the spam that you normally do, which actually got Thomas, which, that's, I wouldn't say potluck, but it is so
Yeah,
random.
I mean, you're going
I
to
mean,
watch this back. See, he's on 10 HP, and that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So hopefully, the play here is that Max needs to get long control. Ideally with a flash, but he does it alone anyway. And that's fantastic. He gets a bit of the map control and forces Business 5 to potentially wonder if there's another player there. Unfortunately, Robin not able to get anything going. 2v4.
Pulse is miles away.
Yeah, it's 20 seconds on the clock and everything, but Max is so low, there's not much he can actually do. Potentially think about the save here. $3,200 in Pulse. You can drop an M4 next round if needed.
Yeah, I mean, Endpoint's money not looking too great. They did have quite a few deaths in those anti-eco rounds. And that was a really strong first gun round from Business 5.
I mean, it started so well for Endpoint. So, Kira went down to 10, and then it was a flurry, essentially, wasn't it? 2 seconds. Crucial got that kill towards Highway on Sluzzer. So the AWP battle was won right there.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, Thomas was in the exact line of sight through that
Exactly.
spam, which, that's
I mean,
so
what you could
unfortunate.
say is that you shouldn't be taking 2 engagements at the same time on CT side, but like you said, Kiyoshima's just spammed him through a wall, so
Yeah, that's really unlucky.
you've just got to take that one on the chin, mentally reset if you're Endpoint and go at it again, because their gun rounds have been so strong this tournament.
That's true. That is very true. I mean, speaking of like resetting them mentally as well, Thomas, I wouldn't say he's a very mentally strong player, if I'm honest.
Sure.
Right? He does get to it quite easily. He does get affected quite easily in that sense.
Emotional, I'd say, would be the word.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. That does work.
And they have forced straight back into this.
Yeah.
2 SMGs, a pistol coming in on Robin. Not the strongest buy.
Yeah, you're lucky to have 4 grenades and 2 players at this rate, considering the situation with that economy. But crucial, we're just going to see him, I think, take advantage as much as possible of the positional game here. Like, you know, he's played over us many a time, and you know, we saw it last round. He was on his own going up that highway pick for Luzza.
Yeah, I mean, he's an incredibly aggressive AWPer.
Yeah.
Likes to sort of just hop around, hit some interesting shots.
Which is quite an interesting mixture, though, because Luzza isn't particularly an aggressive AWPer, he's a passive / defensive AWPer. So that's a perfect matchup for him, really. But in CSGO, it is Pika's advantage for the most part.
Sure.
Right, so last round we saw Luzza lose the battle. Could it be the same, or, you know, or potentially suggesting what will happen for the rest of this final?
Yep, another slow round coming in from Business 5.
Yeah. Not too much map control gained either, really. Like, they've got short, but I think they got that quite early on in the round.
Yep.
But Toilers is fully controlled alongside by Luzza. Max is on side, just kind of jump spotting, I believe.
Yeah, it's interesting that Crucial's lurking with his AWP.
But Boast is actually trying to go out monster, and he does get the kill without even being hit.
Ooh, that's a beautiful double entry from Boast.
Second, and potentially a third as well. That's poor, and he could have got the 4th there if he had an extra bullet. Wow. Okay, so 1v4 for Luzza, he should be saving, but I just have to wonder, how does he get out monster without... You know, the smoke was put down so early. It's a classic lurk out smoke.
Yeah.
Surely you're looking at, like, that left side, you get a teammate to look at the other side, and you get the drop on him.
I mean, Endpoint played Unique before, and they had some absolute smoke criminals on that side, so they should be well aware of those sort of shenanigans, but it's actually quite a scary sign if Boast is popping off this early on, because out of this lineup, he's not the one that you would say is the star player out of all of them, but when he pops off, he can really get going.
Yes, this is a classic Max eco call right here.
Of course.
He loves this flash and then sends everybody just pushing out mid after about 5-10 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately, not going to find anyone because they've taken the B site.
Unfortunately not. So he did use that. Actually, he's kept the flash.
He's kept it.
They've heard nobody running close to the wall, so that's...
Save that
little,
$200.
Yeah, but I don't know if... I suppose you don't lose anything for saving anyway, because the bomb hasn't planted, so that's fine.
Exactly.
So he could use that flash next round if they do eco again.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting one.
Well, I mean, it'll be the, 3rd round in a row they've lost. So.
Yeah, 3rd round, so what,
They should be
400 should be buying. Especially with Luz on enough money to get the AWP.
Yeah, here we go. Kiyashima showing off his skills, just cleaning up house.
Yeah, he did start strong on that pistol round, even though they did lose it. It showed that he's ready to actually just start.
Boast has somehow not seen Max there and going to get punished for that.
Seems like he's actually going to try and fight Surreal. It's going to be too late. Yeah, I was going to say, he's going to get pushed from both sides, kind of forced in between
At
a
least
rock
he
and
makes
a
his
hard
money
place.
back for that flashbang.
Yeah, a profit.
Yeah, he does make a bit of a
$100
profit.
profit.
Be happy with that.
It's not too bad.
Right. Anyway.
The buy does come through there. I wouldn't have minded taking another eco myself.
Sure.
I would go for a half buy, maybe get a scout in there.
Yeah, I mean...
CZ armor.
We've seen Endpoint. They're happy to buy down to SMGs, so I'm not too surprised to see a weaker sort of utility buy coming out, but Business 5 changing up the default here.
Push.
Yeah.
Luzza should be able to get a first kill and hopefully pull back from that.
Does that support a Mighty Max?
Yeah. The push gets completely halted after that one kill there. As soon as they got the contact, they just stop, slow it down. Crucial is going for that pick onto Luzza, and they should be meeting a high end. Crucial wins that fight
And
again.
he's lost it again.
So that's, again, it's a tale of what's going to happen by looks things, because that highway angle, Luzza's not want to pick across it. It's pretty much the exact same angle as last time.
Yeah, I mean, Max is
It's a
still
right-hand
on his
peak
own
too.
as well. But yeah, hopefully not. Joe Luzza loose. Definitely, I'd say, the best AWPer in the UK at the moment. And he has to prove that now, but Crucial's just popping off. Mighty Max goes down.
It's just Thomas there behind the truck.
Yeah, Crucial's still just doing work on his own. He's just creeping up onto site. He knows exactly where Thomas is.
Left-hand peak as well, he still gets the advantage.
And Robin goes down without an answer either. I mean, this is getting a bit worrying, actually.
It's been fairly clean is the issue.
Yeah.
Like, looking at it from outside, we see 1v4 it was. There was Pulse has been in this situation twice now. Same thing happened with Luzza Live as well, I believe it was. And you've got to be thinking, where are the kills coming from though? Because Luzza gets that entry, you're 4v5.
But then he's still giving the teams the option
to
get straight back into the round by just offering the fight to Crucial.
Yeah, very questionable decision. I mean, he'll look back at it after and be like, that was stupid,
Yep.
I guess.
But no, Endpoint need to calm down. Maybe a pause.
Potentially,
Something
I
just to
think
calm the nerves.
you need the next buy round. If you lose the next buy round, I think that's where you say, yeah, pause. That's 3 gun rounds lost.
Because obviously all the pressure is on Endpoint. You know, Business 5, they came for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
You know, Kiyoshima said, just coming for a bit of fun with his friends. And they ended up in the grand finals. But Endpoint, best team in the UK, they've got a lot to prove. And yeah, it might be getting to them here.
Potentially, I mean, Robin dies there without any help, really, from Thomas. Thomas gets a lot of damage done, but that damage isn't enough at this rate. Crucial, he's in his comfort zone here, isn't he? He knows exactly what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of solo fights. I preferred it when they were full eco and Max at least just had that one flashbang, because at least they're trying to do something proactively together. I mean, back when I was coaching Endpoint, we had a bunch of eco rounds that we'd do on B site, you know, where everyone would get a smoke or 3 people would get a smoke, and you sort of bait them into the trap and you sort of close in around them with all the pistols. But no, everyone just seeming happy to take a one-on-one fight, which is never really preferable with a pistol.
Yeah, I think Robin mentioned before that I don't think he's ever lost a grand final game on stage.
That is what he said, yeah.
And at the other same way, Crucial's never won an ice series either.
Ooh.
So, you know, technically one of those will no longer be true after this final is over.
I mean, we've got quite a few winners on stage. Crucial coming in with the bunny ops.
Very
Looks like
solid.
he's probably
bunny
going to
ops.
go into B off that, but he does slow it down.
Okay, so the nades come through, but the contact player
just
monster is so
contact,
scary.
yeah.
Smoke comes through, but they're already
Straight through that.
Here comes the contact. Robin and Pulse are there. Pulse gets his first kill of the game, in fact. And the second, Robin gets the third to trade it off as well. So 2v5, 2v4. Keo is still on short, but he's been smoked out completely.
Yeah, I mean, Endpoint have full control of that bomb, and this has to be their round. There's no
Yeah.
excuse to lose this, and
Right.
yeah.
Very
Very
good pick from
Kiyoshima.
Robin. Kiyoshima, 1v4. If there is a man to do it, I suppose you would say it's probably him.
Sure, but Thomas, no respect. He's
No
just
respect
walking off
whatsoever. Pushes short. You kind of need that, though, don't you? You need one player who, technically, while you will say that's probably not a sensible move,
shot. Yep,
sometimes the info found, or even just the fact he's doing it, they don't expect it, right?
yeah. But like you said, Pulse getting his first 2 frags on the board,
Yeah, it's a very
incredibly
good
important.
thing. It was Pulse that was holding Monster Push when Boast came out.
Yeah,
So potentially, something that some people don't know, Pulse does strike me as a bit of a confidence player at times. He does get down on himself quite often when he is playing poorly.
yeah. But he's been one of the...
Yeah, he's been playing perfectly fine all of it.
He's been a talent that's always sort of... You think he's almost there, getting to that star quality, and then he sort of just drops off a bit. You know, back in the FM days, he was one of the best players
Yeah, he's really
in
really
that
good.
5, and hyped up to be one of the best UK riflers we've had in a while. But he's quietened down. But in this new Endpoint lineup, it seems he's getting into his comfort zone a bit more.
I think it's just a case of adapting.
Yeah.
That some people probably still feel like they should be able to be a star player, right? But then after a while of playing,
You have that run of form, and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, this is how I am as a player. But you drop straight back, and you're like, well, am I just terrible now, or what's going on? You get in your own head.
yeah, and then some players realize maybe I'm not that kind of player. I'll try and move into this supporty style or just a generic, rifle second.
So
and
Boast is
like
up to his old tricks in Monster. He's just sneaking
that.
through.
already
that
out, and he gets the
smoke.
first kill. But that trade is big though, because last time he got 3 kills with nothing in return.
I mean, the trade definitely favours the T side if
Yeah,
you're talking 1-for-1.
sure. Thomas is playing so close to that molly. I think Surreal is thinking about potentially going forward for a pick here. And he does take that fight on Pulse as well and gets it. So 3v4, the defense is just slowly falling. I mean, there's only 20 seconds of the clock after all.
Yeah, I mean,
There's 2
majority
here.
of this defense is on A side, so it's their best chance of sort of salvaging this round.
It's a big kill for Max on a second
That's
one as
huge.
well. 10 seconds, bomb is down. Max is getting hit by that molly, but Lazar misses the first shot. The time is ticking. 10 seconds on the clock. Crucial needs to move forward. Lazar lands a shot, and Max
Mighty
gets his
Max.
3rd kill of the round. Strong performance from him right there. He was quite lucky that Keo checked that corner. He saw the gun stick out. But the second guy, you argue the AK, in a trade, usually wins that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say a bit concerned about Lazar's miss there, but
Yeah.
hopefully it's just one of those, brush it off.
Yeah, it should be fine. He's one of those players you see him, surprisingly, you see him miss quite often.
Yeah,
But then he'll still have 20, 25 kills
Sure.
in the game. You're like, he missed that many shots and he still managed to get to that point. It's like, oh, that's pretty damn good.
yeah. But no, a lovely free K from Mighty Max.
Yeah. Good molly as well. He did separate the two players that were in there. 27 damage with Molly, perfectly fine considering the situation.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I'd say today we've seen quite decent utility damage
Yeah.
from Endpoint across the board.
I think on CT, the average utility damage was 28 per round for the team on CT. Well, on
not
T
bad.
side, that drops down quite a bit.
Yeah,
But, you know, that's a
Business
solid
5.
ADR, though.
Yeah, they've decided to go back towards this B default. Endpoint slowly but surely getting themselves back in the game. Mighty Max taking some nice map control here, but again, Surreal just finds a pick onto Robin.
Yeah, it was just as the smoke had gone there. So Pulse is forced into this position now, but Boaster,
He's creeping
that
out
same
again.
smoke coming out, and Thomas,
Surely he
He's
has
in
to
front of
expect
that
it. They
smoke.
are right next to each other. I think Boaster's actually walked
Thomas
past him.
actually got the kill on Cryptics, and then Boaster gets the trade. And Pulse did get the drop on Surreal, but nothing else. I mean, Luz is here, but he misses the shot.
Could
He's
have
got to be
been
hitting
flat.
those. They're also low, though. Max.
I'd like to say winnable.
Yeah, it is.
I've
This
seen
is a
him-
max
I've definitely
clutch.
seen him win these.
This is a max clutch, if I'm honest. All three players.
Oh, more or less one hit.
I was going to say, Crucial's the only way. He's a two-hit, because M4 does, I think it was 27 or 26. So if he is able to get the first kill here on Kia, it's doable. The grenade could be the kill right there on Boaster. Misses out. So that's the info that one of the players is there. He does pick up a molly off that body as well, so he can molly short if he does realise he has it.
Yeah, and Crucial's got no
Go for
option.
the CT molly. That plant is rather peculiar, to be fair.
And he's just going to stick it.
2 seconds on the bomb.
Crucial
Crucial's
indeed,
yet
you
to
know.
check it.
Half a second.
Half a second off.
Mighty
Crucial
Max.
just about gets there. Max unfortunately doubted himself because of that plant.
Yeah.
It was a very peculiar plant in all
Well, I mean,
fairness.
you can sort of agree with him sticking it there,
Yeah,
seeing as he
he has
missed out
to
by
stick
half
it.
a second.
Yeah, it was definitely a good call to stick it. It's just, you know, that plant, it was so
Yeah.
bizarre that you're not thinking it's a regular short plant. You're not thinking he could be heaven even at that rate.
Yep.
Pretty
That is
crazy.
unlucky. I mean, like we said, if he put that molly out onto short, that was game
round,
over, really.
Yeah. Because Crucial was, as we said, low enough that he would go through like 3 ticks of it and die. Alas, they were not quite able to make it. I mean, there's still the question marks at that B site. I mean, it's always been a first kill for that T side.
Yeah, I mean, they're really going to have to find out an answer to just getting abused by Business 5's like individual skill, you know, just to walk up onto a site and believe that they're going to headshot you, you know, no fear on their part and no pressure if they die. You know, they don't have an IGL sitting behind them saying, if you die, you've just lost that entire round by just walking in on your own. They've got all the freedom in the world to do whatever they want. There we go, Lazar
Lazar
finally
finally
winning
does.
that fight.
The main difference there probably is the fact that it was a right-hand peak
Yeah.
for Lazar that time.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Boaster found another peek onto Robin.
Yeah, I mean, Boaster and Free have been doing some work at this B side, and they're
Yeah.
both coming out monster too. Pulse only has a 5-7. Thomas is here though, but if they crouch out, that's the info that one of the players is out. Thomas does think about facing it, and he does. That's a good kill. 3v4 though, do they know that Surreal's out as well? Molly stops the short push, but as I said, Surreal is so far up. Do they know? Now they do. He gets the first kill onto Pulse. 3v3. Thomas is stuck in a bit of an awkward position, really.
Yeah, he's been
And has
chased
to
off with that
fall back.
utility.
So close from Lazar. There is no kit right now on the CT side. I'm not sure if there was one dropped on that B site, but Max unfortunately doesn't get the kill, so it's just Cryptics, 1v2. They know he was towards short, but do they think he's actually pushed out? As soon as he gets the kill on Thomas, Lazar's quick switched! He quick switched the AWP.
I mean, it's awkward when the AWP's left alive in that sort
Yeah.
of situation. The smoke's still sort of fading. He's like, I guess I'll get my pistol out, and then thinks against it. It's just awkward.
Really, really unfortunate. I mean, both rounds, the last two, 1v1, and then technically it was 2v1 in their favour.
Yeah, Endpoint going to be kicking themselves, really.
Yeah, not to go against Cryptics, he made a perfect play of
Oh,
actually
yeah.
pushing out as well. But it just shows that any of those players can actually just stand up and get around for themselves.
Yep.
It should be easy doing for Surreal. Does take quite a lot of damage for that.
Yeah, but never too worried.
Nah. I was going to say he should
Somehow
flop
he's still
there.
alive.
Yeah. Thomas gets the kill, but that's not fantastic considering it's only a $100 reward.
Yeah, quick clean-up from Business 5 there, and yeah, I mean, it looked like Endpoint was sort of stabilising, but those two 1v1s going against them, it's unfortunate for them.
Yeah, not too great considering the situation. So you can see that Max has flashed 12 enemies
Wow.
this half.
Blimey.
As well as that, the Robin 153 utility damage. It's all in all good utility usage from the CTs quite clearly. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's not just damage you need kills.
Yeah, a quicker play towards this B bomb site again. They're just going to speed things up.
The molly at short should stop the push, but actually they smoked it out.
Straight through the smoke. Pulse is answering back though. 2 frags of his own.
On his own on the site though, he's got to be stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Doesn't get anything going. But Les has arrived. Gets the first one. 1v2 now.
He's not even going to want to let him plant. He
Ooh.
does some really fine cryptics.
1v1 now. Les and Crucial. Crucial's already won a 1v1 in this situation. And he does win it again.
This
Wow.
Crucial versus Lazar battle.
Crucial is definitely taking it so far. Last round of the half. Not great money on that CT side. They've got to be hoping that they get 6 on the board going into that T side. They are a formidable T side team, that's fair to say. But that purchase, I'm not too sure if we'll be seeing 6 rounds on the CT side.
No, I mean, unless Thomas pulls something off with his fabled MP9.
Yeah, it's not fantastic.
Yeah. And again, Business 5, they're happy just to stick as a pack really and send Crucial on his merry way and Boaster towards
He's asking for a booster.
B bomb site.
It's Crucial getting boosted and Boaster again.
He's been so effective over at that B bomb site. It's kind of incredible.
Yeah, he's been getting that kill with no trade pretty much all game at this rate. The question is, will there be a pincer from these 2 connector players? Loza drops in bathroom, but where's the pincer? It's coming in now, and that is 1 kill. And Thomas did get that kill at B as well, but Max unfortunately just runs around trying to get towards the enemies, and it's all down to Thomas.
Apart.
1v3, no kit. Does have a single flash, which he instantly throws out. He's going to be going straight up the stairs here. He did actually get the drop-ons reel there, but unfortunately gets taken straight down. So from 3-0 up to 5-10 down.
Yeah, I'd say disappointing from Endpoint, if I'm being honest. You know, just the fact that Boaster is able time and time again just to walk in on his own into that B bomb site. That just can't be happening. You know, it happens once and you go, okay, we look out for it now. We're grouped up as 2 on that bomb site at least. That was always the rule back in the day. 2 players playing together on that B bomb site, 1 playing rotate. But he just seems to be able to poke in, headshot, poke out, and then Endpoint, they're just chasing the game.
So it does look like Max has got the utility here for a nice door burst into B short.
He'll probably flash him out B short and then flash him into B site.
Yeah, that should be the case here. As soon as they clear the upper stairs part here, they'll get to give that info to Max. Max will be like, okay, are you guys ready to be flashed out? He's got the flash ready. Flashes it. So if weirdly that flashes the B players too, and then he'll flash again towards B. That's perfect flash for Cryptics, as you can see, holding CT. Pulse gets the first entry onto that site. Boaster from Heaven, funnily enough, does trade that frag there. And it is a 4v4 post-plan. But Crucial's already behind the monster.
Max caught unawares as well. Crucial going for more, but all of the teasers
they know they're all short. Boaster with the kit. He is only 18 HP though. Lazar just get that good kill to start off. But as I say, Boaster is so low. They've taken the diffuser out. He's already down. 1v3 Cryptics. And there we go. So that's a much stronger pistol again. But they won the first pistol.
Yep.
So it's not really that different.
No, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on them. To be fair, half their rounds have just come from converting that first pistol.
Exactly.
So it's definitely the perfect start, you know.
Yeah.
You can't knock it. But again, we have to see them convert one of these rounds, and it is always a bit scary.
Yeah, it was still a shaky affair last half as well. The question is, where will Thomas be going with his max 10? Because normally he's used as the scout, should I say, right? Whether it's going through short, going to, connector, usually. So this time he's outside B monster. That's fine. Playing it very slow there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a B stack coming in from the CT side, but Boaster already does full just aggressing on his own there, which is perfect. That's exactly what Endpoint are looking for with this sort of slower default.
Yeah, one thing to know is, so this is very different. So Max, during the UK Premiership, Max was the actual dedicated A lurker, if you remember. Then there was a B execute that they kept him doing. So right now he's walked all the way up. He hasn't really checked every single corner that's needed. He's just done his entire route. He's checked every corner on his route. And you can see the rotate of the terrorists right there on the minimap towards that towards A area. Max fully has the sight.
But at the same time, Crucial should actually have all this
There's
information.
timing here.
Yeah, and we can already see a rotation coming in from the CTs.
Yeah. So Max has got a job on his hand here. Because he is already on this site. And he started throwing grenades to basically alert the CT sites here. Does have support arriving now in the form of Robin and the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, Lazar playing a crucial role over towards that balloon area.
I see what he did there. Did kill Crucial.
Thank you. Intentional.
Intentional.
Yeah.
Thomas does get spammed through that smoke. He was very confused then. He was really confused.
Yeah, CTs look like they're just going for damage.
Yeah.
Potentially just saving their CZ and Kevlar into the next round, but a much cleaner anti-eco from Endpoint.
Yeah, it's very composed, I think is probably the word I'd use. So yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to say patient, but composed. They know what their game plan was. As soon as Max cleared that site, I was, okay, let's rotate all around. There was a chance that Leza was caught out there, but unfortunately he did turn around and make sure, I've got the back, guys. Let me deal with that, and he gets that kill on Crucial. It'd be nice to see a kind of a tally going on between them two, because they have killed each other very often this game.
Head to head. I mean, I'm sure we could check HLTV, but
no.
That's cheating at this event, Ben.
That is cheating at this event.
Wouldn't want to be doing that.
Definitely not.
It's the 18th round here, and Endpoint, you know, they're on the path to this comeback here.
Yeah, they've still got one more round to convert, though. We saw the 3 players save
still
that
doing
CZ.
more flash damage there, 16.
Yeah. 3 players still save their CZs and armor. So it's not exactly like you're facing just USPs.
Yeah,
like
it's a dangerous one, and they are stacking.
Especially if it's a B-stack.
B. It's a similar situation as last time, but Thomas isn't exactly holding that short tunnel as of yet.
I was going to say, I thought it was going to be the USP players that would go towards B short and try and get some info, but it's actually all 3 CZs. And then in pit on B are the USPs watching that monster push at like a headshot angle.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Max
Same patient play.
Yeah, Max is doing his old antics. He's walking up onto the A site.
Taking a different route this time, scenic route.
Yeah. Got to change things up.
Yeah. Make sure he sees every bit of the map just to clear it up.
Yeah, so I'm sure that call will probably come in again to go A or potentially.
Yeah, you can see Robin's already gone.
Yep.
Bomb slowly moving. I'm wondering though, if you do, maybe you send in the SMGs towards B, or maybe have Max go behind them at B, right? So he sees Crucial. He actually goes for that shot.
Very surprised he shot so early, and Surreal's actually picked up Laza.
Yeah, I mean, Crucial is very low, but Q is so close to Max. He hears him. There's so much noise right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely not one yet for Endpoint. Max does have this A site, I'd like to say on lockdown, but
his timing could go right against them. That's the first kill there. They no longer have a site secured.
30 seconds left here, and this is going to get a bit awkward for Endpoint if they don't group up.
It's good nade. Very good nade from Robin.
Nade.
Thankfully, they've got rid of 2 of the players with armor. Now Cryptix as well falls.
Okay, there we go.
Boaster does have a Mach 10, so it's not quite out of the air yet.
Sure. Bomb only just goes down here.
So no kit, no armor, just the Mach 10. Pulse is there in the toilets. Did hear that reload key. Question is, will Pulse actually check this properly? Doesn't quite. So he's just staying inside the toilets, making sure he knows his close angle is okay. Boaster's probably just holding for an exit at this rate, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Hoping maybe Thomas is the one to run past him. And
yeah. However, Pulse should exit with Thomas here. Yeah. Get an AK, both exit long. Boaster checks around the bomb. 10-second timer now coming in. Boaster will have a Mach 10 to save, nothing else.
Decent damage from Business 5, you'd have to say.
Yeah.
Bit awkward from Endpoint, you know. Max, he seemed really paranoid about the fact that he might have run past a couple of players, maybe.
Yeah, I was quite surprised that he pulled the trigger on that crucial situation.
Absolutely. Normally you sort of walk in,
you just start
scope out the entire site. It wasn't to be anyway. The first gun round for Business 5 is coming in.
Yeah, so
not
again,
a lot of nades on their side.
Very big round though. The AWPs are in play. Laza and Crucial. We can see Crucial is going towards that mid pick, whereas Laza going towards B. It looks like it's going to be a fast B take towards short from Thomas and Laza there.
Yeah, it looks like
Laza's pushing all the way across. Wow.
No fear.
Okay. Not scoping in yet. Waiting to see if any will give him a chance.
Sure.
I was surprised they didn't combine that peak with like a molly at barrels or something.
Yeah.
That would have been quite nice. But I suppose if there was a quick kill there, we wouldn't be saying that, right?
No, exactly. No, I really like the idea.
Yeah, low investment plan.
Looks like they might be going for a cheeky little boost as well.
Okay, so that boost is coming through. Thomas on top. Did shoot a single bullet.
Yeah, I think he fell after he shot. That's what it sort of looked like, but...
That's not great. Not great.
Yeah, down to a minute left, and there's been no...
I mean, look at the grenades on Business 5, to be fair. That's the main key, isn't it? There's only 2 flashes and a smoke in play on that CT side right now. We'll hit about 30 seconds.
Yeah, meanwhile, Robin is sort of prying open that A site. He's making things a bit awkward for the CTs here.
Yeah, he's got so far, but He has been dinked though, and you can see the battle between Crucial and him is there. Robin's in a tough situation really. He can't, if he dies, he gives up all that map info.
I think he has actually got that rotation from Boaster.
Yeah, so there is only 2 players here. Surreal needs to get minimum 2 kills, I'd say, to make this effective. And he does quite do that.
Yeah,
You know,
they just
Cryptix
mow
was
them down.
there. Last player alive, Laza, 1 HP. Should not be able to get anything done here. 15 seconds. Shouldn't be a chance for him to do anything. He does miss that shot as well, actually.
Yeah, it seemed like a bit of a lackluster sort of take for that B site.
Yeah.
You know, they had all the nades necessary just to go into a standard take, you know, with smoke in heaven, mollying barrels, just flashing yourselves in. But barrels had all the freedom in the world to just shoot them when they weren't even looking at him. And yeah, it's almost like it all fell apart when Robin died.
I mean, that's safe to say, isn't it? Like, as I said, like there was no utility left, and I was thinking, okay, they're playing this round slow just so they can execute on that B site later on. So this is actually the B rush strat that Endpoint had been doing earlier on in the season in Premiership.
The Cloud9 actually, Ben.
Is it the Cloud9?
Yeah.
Wow. So Robin gets the first entry followed by a second as well, so perfectly done for him. Thomas down to 3 HP. I imagine he got absolutely destroyed by grenades, and that should be the save call right there and then. Because the money, not great in Business 5, but the take has worked beautifully.
Yeah, that is a fantastic answer. Completely changing the pace after, what, 4 really slow rounds? 3 or 4?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, fun fact about that strat. I was actually the one to record that YouTube video for them.
Okay.
Yeah, back in
You
the
were the
day.
one to add it to the playbook.
It is under my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Unlisted, of course.
Unlisted, of course. Yes, of course. So,
You can DM me on Twitter, I will sell it to you. But no, lovely little strat coming in from Endpoint there, and Business 5 more or less reset. They're going to have to force around those 2 rifles, I'm sure, but very nice response from Endpoint.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that during the Premiership quite often, and they were actually missing some of the smokes thrown, if you remember.
Yeah.
Which wasn't actually detrimenting them there, but it was kind of a major bit that could have been a bad part.
Well, I know Max's smoke is a running, jumping smoke for heaven.
Yeah. Which, consistent.
You always give the hard smokes to Max.
Yeah.
Somehow he just manages to figure them out. And he's got a pretty consistent rate at throwing that smoke.
Yeah, clearly the case right there. So 11 to 9 in favour of Business 5 right here. As you said, not a great buy. MP9, CZ, 2 rifles and an AWP. And again, a very slow round from Endpoint.
Yeah, a bit more methodical here. Looks like they're just going to clear connector and probably get flash back out into B short once they've done that, combining up with Thomas over there. But it looks like there could be a bit of aggression from the CT sides if that's Boaster ready to flash him in. I'm not sure.
So they are close to that sandbag sort of area. So Boaster actually flashed Monster.
Thomas should have got the info there, and it looks like he has.
Yeah, the sound cues played through quite clearly.
There is a bit of a stack on this beat bomb site for the CTs here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Clearly they trust Crucial enough, right? That he can be there alone. They know him too well that he'll get the kill.
And here we go. The execute is going to come into the B site.
The question is, will anybody check that close sandbag's position? Thomas does, gets the kill on Surreal. That's a huge one because he was in the middle of a situation which could have been bad for them. Thomas, the entry fragging king right here.
Yeah.
It's 2 kills. Does get dropped at Kirishima, but fortunately the site is theirs. And that should be the save call again. Same 2 players living. That should be it there.
Yeah, another really nice take from Endpoint. We saw Boaster and Cryptix both try and play around that smoke there after the molly dissipated at barrels, but Endpoint, they were wise to it. And yeah, I mean, those are 2 pretty strong gun rounds in a row, and Business 5 might start getting a bit worried, especially if they don't save these 2 guns.
Goes back to Crucial. Oh, both players are right next to each other.
That should be traded
That should be traded right there. There we go. So that is the AWP dropping down. Kia is so low though as well.
Yeah,
if
like
Luzza can even get him with the Glock shot here. And they are hunting it. Luzza does get killed, but the trade perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Robin can get the AWP too.
Endpoint, they're building bank. They don't care.
Whereas on the other side, highest of 3,400, lowest of 1,900. It's perfectly fine for the Endpoint side. Business 5, got to be taking this on the chin.
Yep.
Eco round right here.
Yeah, and I mean, we spoke about Endpoint's T sides being a lot stronger than their CT sides before, but yeah, I mean, this is clearly showing that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's always been a situation with Endpoint, even in previous lineups. The T side was always perfectly fine. It's just that CT side where there's communication or just setups in general.
Sure.
They always fell a bit short. But we did previously just see that more stat stab, and Max got 24 players flashed.
Wow.
I remember there was a thing at one of the Epic Land, like the gross run of things, and Max had sort of like 40 people flashed in the game.
Blimey. Some say that
It was
best
an
support
overpass.
in the UK.
It was an overpass. So this just appears to be his map
He's
for
clearly
flashes.
he's got those pop flashes down. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Robin does get that kill towards Kiyoshima in the door. Another very slow round again, though, against a Mix,
Yeah.
who, if I'm honest, they might feel a bit agitated by that sort of
Yeah.
slow pace as well. Like, you know, it's not fun, I guess, is what they'll be thinking. It's like,
No,
it's a bit
I actually
dull.
really like it. It's a lot of composure coming out from Endpoint, who have had quite a shaky start in this first map of the finals, but to just slow it down, calm everyone down, the fact that they're confident enough to play in that slow, methodical sort of clean out the site, no funny business going on. Yeah, it's nice to see.
We did actually talk about who do you think is actually going to take the final. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'd have to back Endpoint all the way. You know, it's always nice to see a team win the event versus a Mix, but in recent form, they've been looking a lot stronger than they originally were at the start of this season.
Yeah, I mean, if on paper people would just see Kyo and just go business 5, right?
Sure, they'd say UKCS.
Yeah, exactly.
Kishima's basically
Right.
just smurfing at this event.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that's the case. I mean,
No.
Kishima is obviously an exceptional player, but I wouldn't say he's sort of the star material where he's going to jump in the server against these guys and just absolutely bang him out the server. You know,
This is a really awkward fight.
yeah,
on the
this is
exit.
an awkward fight where the CTs might be able to pick up a couple.
Just the
kills.
one?
Just the one.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with the Endpoint prediction. It's best of 5 after all as well,
Sure.
isn't it? You tend to favour the team in that situation no matter what, because think about all the executes, the CT sabs, everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to make a prediction, I would sort of, not to quell any of the drama, but I would put a lot of it on this first map.
Really?
Just seeing how going into Inferno and Train could get a bit scary for Endpoint.
Yeah.
But
That's the fast
yeah,
knowledge.
It
It
looks
looks
like
like
the
that's
V-Rush
being
is sort of
taken
coming out
again.
again.
So Surreal did put that molly out at the barrels. So that's safe knowledge that there is a guy there. But Robin should be able to get the trade, but
Surreal
unfortunately
with
not.
Spray transfer.
I mean, there is a player on top of the site. That was where T-Sac was getting a lot of kills as that B execute, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
2v4. Got to be a situation where they slow it down, but Leza does get taken down as well. Max, he needs to be taking guns off them, and unfortunately doesn't quite get the chance to. So Surreal, probably the man who made that round, right? He gets the 2 kills. It was a spray transfer as well on Robin, and that pretty much changed the way we were probably looking at that round.
Yeah, pretty much. If he doesn't get that transfer within like the half a second he got that first kill, he's probably traded straight away, and it's a completely different round. But no, that does tend to happen when you rush B. You know, the defense holds strong, and you sort of just splash up against a brick wall.
Yeah, that's for sure. So that is the first gun run that Business 5 have had in quite a while now.
Yeah, I mean, it always leaves the danger that they do get reset. You know, the Mike Powell tactical lose around just to reset the CTs.
Yeah, of course.
Always a classic.
Of course. So again, another very slow round from them. This time Max is actually in the door instead of, I think it was Robin in the past.
Yeah. Actually, looking at Endpoint's economy, it's not doing too great either.
Yeah, it's not that fantastic, but crucial. There should be a good molly from Max there.
Playing with
Joey won't
fire.
stay too long there, yeah. So Max does get that territorial gain. Won't quite know it until he actually pushes up a bit.
Sure,
Might have to use the smoke to get that info there.
Yeah, Robin might have heard that sound cue of him running off, but
Yeah, it'd be very delicate on that.
yeah, and it's sometimes a bit harder to hear on stage.
Yeah,
You know, you've got the noise-cancelling headsets with white noise, I think.
I believe so, yes.
So yeah, it's a bit different for the players, so a bit out of their comfort zones, but a lot of them are used to this sort of environment. And again, it looks like the T's are just grouping up towards this B bomb site once again.
Yeah, all the players should be used to it. I mean, all of these players have played on it. Whether it's this stage or another stage, they have played on stage before. It's probably one of the more experienced finals we've had in a long
Yeah,
time,
honestly,
actually.
compared to the last finals, it's a complete opposite, really.
Yeah, I mean, question is, will they actually be able to get this pushed down? I mean, they get the first kill and they get the second too. That trade is massive. Max getting the extra kill even better, and Leza should be able to trade that out.
That is just perfect from the T's.
Yeah,
Beautiful
phenomenal.
trades. You know, we saw Surreal last round get that 2K. Doesn't get absolutely anything. And it was pretty much one-for-one trades from there.
Yeah, of course, as the T said, as soon as you get that first entry in, if you can get a trade train going,
Yeah.
you run out, haven't you?
Yeah.
So,
And then
very well done from them.
Kiyoshima, he's sent back in.
And he actually dies as
Doesn't
well, though.
even save the AWP.
That's
now
probably,
their money
that's a big part of
yeah,
it.
their money's in tatters.
Question is, do they actually force into this? I'm trying to think. Well, so
I don't know, 'cause
1900
they don't
max.
really have a good buy if they save this one either. You know,
I think
Cryptics will be able to drop over that.
Yeah, I think you do force into it.
Yeah, Cryptics
You get
probably
to
pick up an M4. No,
You get to 14 rounds. You get what? 19 this round if you lose. 24 after that. Yeah, okay. Forcing here is probably the correct thing.
Sure.
But Cryptics probably could have got something else. I think he was one on 3700.
Yeah,
wasn't
he could have gone rifle.
He could have gone FAMAS Kevlar, wasn't it?
But he's opted for nades, so hopefully we see him actually do something with those.
Yeah, it's just a case of being able to use them, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a similar anti-eco that we've been seeing. You know, Max scouting out on his own towards the A-bomb site, everyone holding strong over towards that monster area, and Robin just keeping that connector under lock.
That nade.
Lovely.
Does
Do
absolutely
love a bit
smack
of
both
utility
of them.
damage.
So it seems like Robin and Max are very content with just letting each other do each other's jobs based on spawn, perhaps. Because if you're the better spawn, you want to be going A side, don't you? To make sure you nade mid or get to that playground area. That
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, Mikey Max cam.
Yeah, it looks like Robin's just moving
You
over.
should be able to
cover
see
Max.
somebody at higher. Oh, that timing. He might be able, yeah. So he gets the info that there is one player there.
Again, he shot.
Trigger discipline,
early.
not great for him this map, hasn't it?
I mean,
I think he should. Maybe he shouldn't have been given the call too early that he should go B or gay, sorry. But you know, they're coming towards long. They should be able to save Max's about here.
yeah, this could be some interesting timing with Crucial. He is going to find Max and
Of course,
an AK.
yeah,
for
he
his
doesn't
trouble.
get traded either. It's so close in the timing right there.
Yeah,
But
with-
surely the call is they're going
yeah,
A.
with
then.
30 seconds left, Endpoint just have to commit, and there's not much Crucial can do on his own. Doesn't even find that one kill onto Robin, and the A site is Endpoints for the taking.
Yeah, trigger discipline not been great for Max.
No, I
so
mean,
far.
he's definitely one of the players that
Positionally, he's been
you'd think
perfect.
he would have that trigger discipline. You know, he's so calm and collected when it comes to Counter-Strike. Bit uncharacteristic, but
Yeah,
it's worked out so far.
it was just a really awkward situation because, you know, I mentioned the timing because Keo was going up and down the steps checking. I thought he would kind of assume, okay, if I pass somebody along, whatever, but there is one player checking the toilets area, the highway area, which means it's minimum 1A.
Yep.
And he could go behind B. I'm waiting for the time where he actually goes behind B and they still pinch
Yeah,
to that
exactly.
site because that's typically the play you do first
Yeah.
when you have that option. But I suppose he doesn't want them to know he has that much space, right?
No. And
13 to 12.
yeah, it's just Boaster and Cryptic saving their pistol and armor. It's not looking good for Business 5. They really
No.
have not had an answer on this CT side.
So they've got one more eco round in them. It'd be very wild if they were to force buy into this one.
Yeah.
If I'm honest. Don't think that'll be the case though.
No, doesn't look like it. They're going to take it on the chin, let Endpoint get up to 14 rounds, and they can finally buy again.
So Cryptic still has all those grenades. Didn't have to use them, didn't really have an opportunity to
No.
use his Molly or HE or anything like that.
Does look like there's going to be
Short
some
contact.
short, and Lazar does fall.
Good trade there. Thomas was with him last time, but he's pulling out the Molly.
Oh, get your gun out, Thomas. Guns out, sir.
Fortunately, they did throw the Molotov, because it does
I
mean that
guess,
he didn't
yeah.
get the guns, right?
Yeah, and there's an AWP and an AK over there. They might want to just secure, maybe throw out the map. No, quite a dodgy start for the T's here. And the CTs, they're stacking the speed bomb sign. They might even re-aggress it.
Robin coming out monster is a different story. Max trying to deal with it on his own. Unfortunately, he doesn't have actually backup there. And
Yeah.
Cryptix, he did pick up the AWP though.
Yeah, he wants the AK for this clutch.
He's got full nades and a kit, so this is a perfect situation for him to be in.
Yeah, the T's are on their bike going to the A site, and Cryptix actually knows it.
Yeah, Pulse waiting around, just trying to see if he is fast on their tail.
Sort of.
Should be quite early though that he knows that he's not coming from that side.
Yeah, and they've planted for CT. Should be all good for Endpoint.
But the issue is,
He does actually have a smoke and a
I
molly.
was going to say, he has so many grenades that he can use a Molotov towards bank, smoke CT off, and then potentially flash and try and defuse.
Oh, wow.
And that's fantastic from him.
He is
Does
just going
put
to
the
smoke
smoke
gun.
straight down.
You wouldn't even think he's got a kit in this sort
You wouldn't think he's got
sort
a
of
kit though, that's
situation.
the thing. And he does get the kill as well.
Oh my god.
Endpoint will be knocking themselves about that loss, really. So a pause is coming in,
Yeah.
but I wonder if that was perhaps business-wide planning to pause to begin with anyway.
No, I'd have to say that's probably, if not cheeky, Robin, just stop, catch your breath. That's a round we're never supposed to lose. It's just another anti-eco from Endpoint.
Yeah, I mean, the only shaky bit was that they might have been expecting a buy, maybe. Like, they wanted to use Lez's spawn, obviously.
Yeah.
Right, he went towards short again. And I mean, Thomas got the trade, but for some reason he was switching to his Molotov.
Sure.
As soon as you see a pistol push, you've got to be thinking, keep a gun out.
Yep.
There could be more.
100%.
But unfortunately not.
Yeah, but if you're Endpoint, take that pause, just stop the momentum. You've won these gun rounds comfortably this entire half, you know. Really late in the map here. You don't want to be letting emotions run how you play the rest of this map. Just calm down, take it again. You know, just forget about that last round. It didn't happen.
I think the bold call here would be, I think whoever wins this round probably wins this map.
Potentially, yeah. The money.
Because the reset money on both sides is quite... The economy is fragile.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Crucial gets smoked out at toilets.
Yeah, again, he's
first time
playing
we've
this
actually
bomb
seen
site
that
on his
smoke be used from the
Yeah.
team side. Business 5 did use it, but I didn't actually know. So Robin was the one who threw that.
own. Yeah, it's
If
not
they have
actually
smoke.
enough to call a rotate from
No.
B site. So like you said, full confidence in Crucial. He's just got toilets all on his own.
Yeah, he's waited long enough for the smoke to actually evade, but there was a missed smoke towards B just then. It was meant to land short, and they've just thrown it. It's not in a good position for them now. So both are ready to flash monster if needed. I'm wondering if there's going to be a B execute from Endpoint now off of short, but it looks like there's plenty of noise being made.
Yeah, I'm not actually too... I'm a bit worried for Endpoint here if they do decide to go into B.
There is a 4-player stack that they're going to potentially run into.
They're going to have to get some solid entries here because...
They've got so many grenades still
Yeah.
as well. Ooh. Molly's still there on Cryptics. Molly's still on Booster. It's a horrible situation, and they're just going contact.
coming out as well.
The nade's being thrown from Surreal. They know a player is at barrels, and he's actually trying to run away after the Molly. So he does get to pit, but there's so many players clustered around the same area now.
This is a really awkward situation.
That smoke is a godsend right there. And Thomas takes the fight, does a lot of damage to Boaster, traded off by Pulse. Pulse looking to get another kill in, does a lot of damage and gets the kill, but Keo returns a double, 2v2. A lot of grenades on Crucial, and he's pushing up short and should get the drop here, depending on where Robin's looking at the time. He misses! A very uncharacteristic miss there from Crucial. There is a smoke in play from Keo, and it's an awkward
hit on
plant.
Crucial, yep.
It's quite an awkward plant. That's a fantastic kill there, and Crucial.
He
he's
is just sticking it.
He is just sticking it.
They haven't got him yet.
They haven't quite got him, and they don't
my
get
word.
it. You got to be thinking someone goes into that smoke, try and stab, like surely,
Yeah.
right? You know where the plant is. It's against the pillar. You're cutting off what, a third of the potential area he can be defusing from.
That is devastating for Endpoint.
That's 2 rounds in a row now
Yeah.
that they shouldn't be losing.
Silver lining.
The money's not right. Yeah, they
Their
didn't have to
money is
rebuy.
still in tatters.
Yeah.
2 umps coming out. But Endpoint, they're going to be kicking themselves if they lose this map.
So again, same short molly being thrown, but look how confident they are, or willing,
Yeah.
I suppose, with
I mean,
Crucial.
They've called Endpoint's bluff here. You know, they've sort of sussed out what their default is, and they know that that solo player isn't actually going to take all that map control on their own, and Crucial's just happy to hang around those toilet areas and just secure that side of the map.
Yeah, it's becoming a bit stagnant from the Endpoint side. I mean,
Yeah.
they have been playing the rounds quite slow, but the issue is they're playing it so slow that Business have caught on.
Yeah.
Right? Last round was a perfect example. They had so many grenades left, and they were quite fortunate to even get to it 2v2. Really.
Yeah. It's just whether Endpoint can make that final adjustment just to take them over the line.
So there's the short control being taken right there, through door and from the actual short pipe. Boaster throwing a nade over. Does actually only do 2 damage to Pulse and 1 to Thomas, so not fantastic. Molly thrown there. So
Yeah,
it does
looks
mean
like
they can
they're gearing
potentially
up again.
do a boost or an execute from there. It's all 5 players here.
Yeah, luckily enough, it does look like there's only 3 for the...
Molly
Business
barrels
Five
is coming
boys.
through, and the push is coming out. So the anti-rush smoke has
I've
actually
just burnt
missed.
him alive.
And Thomas doesn't quite get the drop there either, and he should be able to call that from the death cams. 3v3, it's absolutely hectic on this bomb site. Boaster's still alive, gets the kill on Robin as well. Pulse has got to be trading that kill.
He is going to chase him down. He does find it. All on Crucial here.
The bomb is down, 15 seconds left. He misses the shot again.
Well, he missed it last time and it didn't matter. He's just going to go flying in here, trying to deny that bomb plant. Already
Does
picks
get
up
the
on
kill
that
on
side.
Buzzer. 1v1, Crucial. Pulse with the kill, and finally, you've got to be thinking, the luck is going the other way. 14 to 14. And the money on the Business 5 side.
They've got nothing left.
They've got absolutely nothing. And it's at a stage where, you know, lose 2 rounds, the map's over.
Yeah, they fall straight back into this.
The money was not great on either side. Even if you eco 1, you're not going to have much better weapons.
you might as well just take it as 2 force-buy rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, I mean, Endpoint, they're happy to just play towards their strengths. They're pretty confident in this default. It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I mean, the difference here, though, would be that Boast is actually towards mid.
Yeah.
So this normally they've been letting Crucial do it on his own.
But obviously he doesn't have that AWP.
Yeah, that's the other part.
You can't really dictate that map.
But
This could get awkward.
Max does turn around just in time.
Blimey,
And that's a huge kill. That's the only rifle.
We've seen some instances of a bit of a back-to-back plays for Max today, but not the case. Just
Not
about
this
turns
time.
around.
And there's 3 players there, and they've done that same rotate that they normally do. Crucial does take that bomber kill, though, and he does get away without being seen. So in terms of overall knowledge, you can see the full train of players from B all coming towards A.
Yeah, I mean, Endpoint still have 50 seconds on the clock here.
Yeah, it's plenty of time.
Smartly enough, yep. They're thinking about it, and they've decided to just walk back to B as a pack.
The issue is, if Crucial were to get control of connector, it could be an aggressive rotate
Yeah.
through the connector to be sure.
I mean, at what point, as the CTs, do you just stack B again?
I think Kirishima is, he's in heaven, he's actually getting the spot, he's already gone
They're thinking
fully.
about it.
And it's just about at the same time that Endpoint will be trying to get their push in.
Crucial's coming into connector now, so it's pretty much the exact same situation they just about avoided.
So Keo does get his position straight up, but the smoke landing short basically confirmed there's nobody coming from short. And Crucial is arguably the crucial man in this round. He could still force the win here, especially with Surreal getting those 2 kills. Crucial is behind them. Max being so low, he's got backs to both of them. Lezzo 1v2, he forced the kill towards Pit, and Crucial ran out of bullets. He's only 6 left in the CZ. Does not land it.
Joe Lazar loose.
Joe Lazar loose.
Balls of steel.
The biceps himself.
Finally, that Lazar versus Crucial
yeah,
battle.
exactly. Arguably the most important round of the game. He wins the fight.
Blimey. If he didn't run out of bullets there, that could be game over for Endpoint.
Exactly. He hits 2 more bullets in the chamber. That is probably it right there.
Blimey.
And it does mean Business 5, they have to force again. They've got 3 HE grenades brought up there. Well, it does miss that flash, weirdly.
Yeah, and finally we see the majority of Endpoint going towards that A side.
Yeah, so you'd think you'd leave someone there towards B doing the same grenades at whatever timings you've been doing normally.
But at the same time, they've shown so much presence.
Yeah.
They should have scared the CTs from pushing that area of the map.
So Boaster,
That's
I think
probably
he
get a
saw
lot of
one
info
player.
there.
I think he saw one.
Yeah, we already see a rotation coming in from
Ooh, that's a
Kinchi.
good nade, though. Boaster did throw his grenade. Half health and Robin. Solid hit. But Crucial. He gets that info from that flash. Sound cue's there. Not worth getting any closer.
Yeah, very dangerous in that toilet area with a CZ.
So
Very
Keo actually used his smoke to halfway up this long section, but at the same time Endpoint smoked at the end. So there's a nice little gap right there in between both smokes. And Crucial
Actually
could get a drop here on 4 of them, but
yeah.
unfortunately
That's not
Max
what
was staring
that's
right
not
there.
what you like to see when you come around a corner.
Not
4
at all.
Ts, 4 angry Ts, staring you down in the face.
4v5. Endpoint on match point with the first map of the grand final. A man up already against a very, very weak buy.
Slowing it down here.
So Thomas still has a Molotov ready. So as soon as that smoke's fading, he's actually going to be able to see it on radar. Yeah, he does spot most of it on radar through that smoke. And Keo gives him an option, and now this has got to be it.
Yeah, full confidence
Thomas
coming out
pushing
from
out
Thomas.
straight through, 2v5. You've got to be thinking, that's it right here, unless something crazy happens.
Yeah, Cryptix did manage to sneak up there, but Mighty Max, he's aware. No need to rush the plant here. 15 seconds left. Surreal, he's got really no chance in the world. He's going to go for it, because why not?
Definitely. Doesn't even get the first kill.
There we go.
16 to 14 to Endpoint on map 1 of the grand final.
Right.
So that's fully gone the whole way. And that was with, fortunate for Endpoint, they won both pistols.
Yeah.
They converted both times as well. 16-14.
Scary.
You've got to be thinking at some point they drop a pistol round and you're thinking, what's going to happen then?
Yeah, I mean, there were a few